Okay, hi. I'm going to make a quick video of me washing some river sand, just because a few people seem to have concerns over doing it and how to go about it and whatnot. So these are just the things I have. I have a bag of river sand, which I got from my local landscape place for $7.70 for about 30 kilo bag. Big tub to put the washed stuff in. I have, because river sand has got little bits of gravel in it as well, I have a ricotta strainer that I've been using, which I've found works really, really well. It takes out the small gravel, which we shouldn't be using, and lets the sand and tiny bits go through. Container for the sieved gravel, and also container for washing it in, and I've got a spare bucket over there. And then I've got just a bowl that I use to scoop the sand out to transfer, and of course the hose. Chair's a good idea. I use it because I'm fat and pregnant, and get us all back, but it's probably good to not be bending over anyway. So I'll get started, and then I'll jump through when I have done a bit. Okay, so oops, there we go. I have put 4 scoops of river sand in the strainer. I find that's just a good amount to strain through, and then you just basically shake it and strain it all through. Okay, and then that's what you're left with at the end, a strainer of gravel and some strained sand. I hope the visual on this is coming up alright. The sun has come out and I can't actually really see my screen, so I hope it shows alright for you guys. Okay, so I've now gone through 2 strainer lots, so it's 8 scoops in this, and what I'll do is I'll run the water through it. I've always found the first lot's looks like chocolate milk, and then after that I usually do about 4 washes, and it comes out quite clear, so I'll show you what that's like. Okay, so as you can see, that's pretty chocolate milk like. So I just get my hand in there, get in all the corners, mix it up. Really agitate it as much as you can. What all this stuff here is the silt from the river, basically. So when it's in the stream and the river's going over and it leaves silt and stuff behind. This is all just my own musings while I've done this a few times over what each lot is. So yeah, I'll try to tip this out one-handed. So I always find you always end up losing some of your volume anyway. I don't know how well this is, you can see that there's like little fine particles. I find that from here on in, it's those little fine particles that you're actually trying to wash out. See them all sitting here, really fine silty stuff. I find that if I kind of am able to wash that out, like with the next lot I'll try to pour it out, and the water is then actually a shitload clearer. So I'll put some more water in here and see how we go. Okay, so I don't know how well you guys can see this, but you can see this is a lot of water for. This lot of sand does actually seem to be dirtier than the last lot I washed as well. But when you stir it, and again I don't know how well you can see it, when you stir it, you can actually see it's not milky dirty. It's actually fine particles floating in the water. And I was going to make a joke earlier about sieving for gold, but there actually does seem to be little shiny flecks in here. Maybe I do have some gold. But anyway, doing this, it's kind of like glitter in the water. Can you tell I have kids? It's getting clearer. So just basically just keep going until it's clearer. I personally try to agitate it up a lot and then pour it while it's still agitated, because I figure only the really fine particles that are going to clog up, I feel will clog up your filter and everything anyway, are going to be floating in the water. The actual solid rock, the sand rock, is not going to be floating in the water really, so I don't mind losing some of my sand volume for the sake of having clear water. So I agitate it up a lot and then I pour it out. So I'll pause because I need to do that with 2 hands. Okay. So this is a lot of water 8 or 9. Truth be told, I've kind of lost track of the count now. As I said before, I think this lot of sand is a bit dirtier than the last lot I got. You can see the sand on the bottom. I hope you can. I can. When I stir it up, you can see that it's actually sand particles being stirred up, not dirt and silt. So what at this point I'd probably do this wash, one more, and then leave it at that, simply because I'm kind of getting to the point where if I'm going to be doing 10 washes per lot of sand, that's a lot of water. If you're on tank water, this is obviously going to hurt you a little bit. But at the end of the day, it is a really necessary step to have a clean and healthy tank. Yes, turtles live in manky creeks and things like that, but the filtration in those is good. It's a lot, natural biological filtration is a lot better than the closed environment we provide them with. So really it's up to us to provide as good a quality environment for them as we can, and giving them clean sand that isn't going to clog up their filter and, you know, isn't going to cloud up the water, is good, nice, kind. And at the end of the day, your tank is just simply going to look nicer if every time your turtle digs in it, it doesn't throw up a cloud of dirt. So yeah, so I'll show you what this is like at the end before I tip it. And yeah, like I said, I'll do one more. Okay, so there we go. You can see that water's quite, I probably wouldn't drink it, but it's pretty clear. I mean, if I stir it up, it gets worse, but again, that's fine particles floating and becoming mobile in the water. I'm pretty sure this is the point at which I tipped it last time I washed sand in my tank, and I have actually experimented a bit with the sand in my tank, and I've stirred it, stuck my arm in the tank and stirred it up, and it really doesn't cloud up the water at all. Fine particles float up and then they go down, and, you know, 60-90 seconds later the tank's clear again. So I'm happy to leave it at this. Yeah, I mean, if you had an endless source of water, you'd probably keep going until all the little particles are gone, but that'd probably drive you batshit crazy too. So anyway, this is where I usually leave it. I hope you guys can see this properly. I've got severe sun on the screen, plus my cycling sunny, so I can't really see a lot. Yeah, that's where I leave it. That's what I do for washing the sand. Yeah, where's the strainer gone? The strainer idea I got from, oh gosh, I think it was either Kev or Craig from Australian Freshwater Turtle Forum. I got the idea from them, one of those two guys. Thought it was a freaking brilliant idea, and to strain it, and then I found this strainer. And I had truthfully avoided riversand before that, because I didn't like the look of it, and I saw the gravel in it and was a bit like, you know, it looks gravelly and we're not supposed to use gravel. But then when I was, you know, told strain it, I went, oh yeah, that makes sense. So anyway, that's what I do. Hope you found this helpful and useful, and will inspire you to provide some lovely river sand for your turtles. Anyway, thanks. Bye.